And we're back with Satisfactory. And this episode is going to be a very exciting one because finally we're going to get to build the blender. Long awaited blender because we're going to get into the production of cooling systems and fused modular frames. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're gonna do it in a similar fashion to the manufacturers. So we're gonna have a blender micro-fab because we can fit it in the usual space. However, we need to be a bit more creative this time because it's not so easy to do construction of these bad boys, and I will show you why. Let's get up in the air and let's get started. So as you can see, the blender, this marvelous machine, is quite complex. 4 inputs, 2 outputs. The problem that we're having is that unlike the manufacturer, the inputs are different. We got 2 conveyors and 2 pipes. And compared to the setup for the manufacturer, if we do this, obviously we will not be able to do the same setup where we have a splitter and then we split on both ends. So it takes a wee bit of creative magic. But first we gotta start with the actual arrangement. So in a similar fashion to what we have had over there, we need to put the blender. Now I know that we need 2 spaces in order to put the conveyor belts straight from the splitter into the machine. And because we've got so many of these things, we're gonna put them right to the edge. So 1 and a 2. We're gonna put it right at the edge over here. And also we're gonna put one over here. Where is it? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah. And over here on this end again. Where is it? Come on, buddy. What? No. Hold on. I'm getting confused. Right. So again, 1, 2, and we have it over here. Yeah. Don't worry about that. It's not lined up to that. This is the actual middle. So we have this over here. Let's do it to the other end as well. And there we have it. 4 beautiful blenders. Hey, we can even see the part over there if you go high enough. Yeah, nice. Interesting bugs. Anyway, so in order to split this properly, we're gonna have to do some interesting pipe work and conveyor belt work. So over here we need to have 2 conveyors in and 2 pipes in. And not to forget the fact that at the back we need to have as well 1 conveyor and 1 pipe. These are going to be joined. I don't care about loading and balanced and loading balancing and balance loading and load balancing. But in the front I do care about that because I want things to be fine. So in a similar fashion to what we have in the back, I know that we will need at least 1 space in the middle for joining the pipes and also a space for joining the conveyors, which I have done in the other way round. So I was doing conveyors and talking about pipes and the other way around. Anyway, don't mind what I'm saying, mind what I'm doing. So that's the outputs, which are going to be joined, and we do whatever we want with them. Now the inputs, we are going to do some interesting things. Now, the pipe work. The way we're going to do the pipe work is like this. We are going to go all the way to here. And we are going to do one stackable pole for this. And we're going to do another stackable pole. And that's going to be just to clear these two. Yeah. Then we're going to put one pipe. And then over here, we're going to do the similar, but we're only going to put one stackable pole and one pipe. Yeah. Actually, let me see if I can do that. Yes, we can. So we can clear it, no problemo. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna leave it like this. Yeah, so we've got that over there. Let's replicate it on the other side. Et voila. And now we are going to be joining these pipes over here. Then we put a nice fancy splitter down in the middle. Come on, buddy. That should be enough. So this is where we're gonna have the inputs. Now, what we do here is we connect things to the pipes like so for this, and then we do some nice splitting like this for this other bit, and then we do the same type of connections, and we have the pipe work done, perfectly splitted and load balanced between the two. Yeah, comes in, splits between both sides, and over here splits between 1 and the 2, and the same for the bottom one. Then we have the conveyor belts. So what we do for this is we go over here and we do some nice fancy work here like that. So shift using the smart mod, clicking and having U pressed, we modify the distancing, and then we have the lovely conveyor work done, at least in the splitter sense. And then we have the lifts, which are gonna be put over here, and over here we are gonna do this kind of conveying. Where is it? 1 and 2, and then we do some more splitting, and I think we are done. Hey, and there we have it, an amazing load balanced blender micro-fab. All I gotta do is do the exact same thing on the other side and join the outputs to whichever side we wanna put them in. It doesn't really matter. And the fancy thing is that now that we have these like this, I can take the outputs either side, either there or there. It doesn't really matter, or here or here, whichever. A perfectly load balanced blender micro-fab in a 6x8, which is fully complete with all the pipe work and the conveying done for all the units. And in our case, because we only have a normal cooling system output for parts, we're just gonna take that and we're gonna probably bring it over here as an output. And then the inputs come, it's gonna be one from here and one from over here, because what I'm gonna be doing now is completely recreate the same thing on the other side for not the cooling system, but the fused modular frames, which we're gonna use as well. Oh yeah, so gorgeous. They look absolutely beautiful. This is done as well. What we need to do is do a bit of roofing on them. And I've got a nice surprise for you. Some beautiful glass roofing so we can see what is happening. And here, well, obviously it's not all of it roofed because it takes a lot of resources on my processing. But yeah, it's cool and it looks fancy and I like it. Okay, so these are done. What I gotta do now is bring in the resources, which is gonna be a bit of pain, cause first of all, I gotta reroute the AliExpress. Actually, I gotta amend it. First, we gotta build a station here, and AliExpress is gonna bring aluminium first over there and here, then. And from the other side, we're gonna bring nitrogen. I just gotta figure out how and what layout we're gonna have. But I like it because it's cool. And these blenders are absolutely amazing balls. Micro-fabs for the winner! Wow. This thing has rapidly escalated out of control. It's a massive project. Okay, so in order to bring the materials, there's this whole, it's sort of a bit of a nightmare actually. Um, so for, let's take it in a row. For this, we're gonna need, so for cool things, we're gonna need heat sinks, rubber, water, and nitrogen. The rubber is gonna come from over here, so it's a splitter. Yeah, from the main line. It comes in, gets in here. Over on this side, we are getting the, I think it was the heat sinks from the aluminium base, which we're gonna get there in a second. Then the nitrogen, which comes down from the train station, and the water. Now, the train station. Oh my god, it's a crazy ride in here as well. So what I did here is over on this line, we're getting the nitrogen from the nitro coast, and it's coming in over here. It's going to stop, unload, take a turn over here, come back to this other station, and go back home to do some more loading. Now over on this end, so basically this is where the nitrogen, we're gonna need 600 for the cooling system, and I think it's about 250 or something like that for the plate, well, not plates, the modular frames, the fused frames. And then over on this end, we are getting the aluminium products from the aluminium base. We're getting the, over here we're gonna get the casings, if I'm not mistaken, yes, and the heat sinks on the second one. So they both go up, heat sinks over there, casings over here. And then the aluminium, the heavy frames, sorry, are gonna be coming in from over there. Okay, so first things first, let's get started on these basic materials that we're gonna bring in from over here. So, rubber, my friend, where are you? You will do a overflow, no, not to the right, sorry, none, to the left. It's an overflow. It's super slow because we only need 12. It's 48. Actually, I might make it a wee bit faster because it's okay. It's not that bad. And then it's gonna split in here. Alright, then over here we are gonna get the heavy frames. Now I'm gonna leave these at the speed because we are not actually making a lot of them. Again, overflow going on this end, coming over there. Then we need the water, which is down below, where I have brought down the piping from the water, put some nice pumps and pipes, and we're going down, 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 where we have a pump, which we are now going to connect, and it's gonna fire up, and it's gonna start extracting the lovely water, and it's gonna start pumping it, and it's gonna go up into the pumps. Next thing is the nitrogen from the coast. So let's get to the coast. On the nitro coast, we already have a train, which is set up to do its thing. So Nitro Express, we're gonna turn it on, and then it's gonna go in and start loading this amazing hydrogen, which has a really beautiful animation that we've never seen up until now, where it's loading the liquid, or gas in this case, tanks onto the train and then onto the base. Now let's see if it does its job properly. Comes in and supposedly unloads. Then at the aluminium base we have another train, which is supposed to load. It's called the Blender Express, and it's supposed to load the casings and the heat sinks from over here, which I hope he's gonna be doing, and then unloading over at the other end. Let's check it out, see if it actually does load. Yay! Perfect! Hey, what do you know? The guy is here and he's unloading the merchandise. Perfect. Man, I am gonna need a lot of these casings, because over here these bad boys are eating 75 a minute, which ends up being 300. So 300 here plus a couple of hundred on the other side. That's gonna be a lot of casings in order to feed both of these bad boys. But never mind. It is time to get these bad boys rolling. And the way to do that, we're feeding water, we're feeding everything we need. The way to do that is to connect the nitrogen. So without further ado, let there be advanced parts. There it is. It's loading. It is loading. It's gonna take a while before it gets started, but it's gonna get going soon. Let's see it. Let's have it. Yay! Yes, buddy. The blender is working. Let's see if we can see that animation. Can we see it? Oh yeah, we can actually see it. It is going, and we have some cooling units. Yeah. Oh my god, so much work. So much work for these dudes, and it is worth it. Definitely worth it. Apparently the speed is not that high. I don't know why. Maybe there's a problem with the flow somewhere. Gonna have to check it. I don't like it. Let's check out this guy. Diffused frames. He's going to. Let's see them. Oh, yes. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, yes. Yes. Perfect. I'm loving it. This thing is amazing. So much good stuff. Finally, we are getting proper production from these guys. And all of the casings are gone. No more. There we go. The train has just arrived. So it is working amazingly. I love it. All that work and it's finally going somewhere. Right, so we have a few issues. Because of how this whole thing works is if supply gets interrupted, this is not going to work, especially in terms of the gas. So I need to build a buffer for the gases. I think over on this side we might be fine, but I'll just build it in any case. Not sure if I need it over on this side. Probably not, because I can see that this thing is full and there's no issues, and these things are running at 100%. Yeah, because there's enough buffer in the actual machine to, you know, withstand the whole thing. Same for the nitrogen, you know, and but I'll build the nitrogen just in case. Buffer. So the way we're going to be doing that is I am going to do that, and then we're gonna go to, no, it was organization. We'll do a fluid buffer. I'm not gonna bother with anything super fancy. I'm just gonna put it over, okay, let's do it over here and over here. I think that should be fine as well. No, wrong location. So fluid buffer, one over here and one over here. And then we're gonna use the piping to fill the buffer, and there, piping, fill the buffer, and again do it there. And that should technically, well, that's too much, that's fine. We got, should be enough buffer for, you know, the needs of the system. It's coming in at 600, leaving at 300. Why is it leaving at 300? Because we need 600. Maybe there isn't enough. That's why. But this should hopefully take care of these problems in the long term. Right, so I've tried all sorts of solutions. I've sort of doubled the fluid buffers. I've also increased production back at the Nitro Coast, and this thing is not still reliably staying at 600 whenever this gets empty. For some reason, when these get empty, this doesn't stay reliably at 600. So I think it might need some optimization or something. I don't think the guys at Coffee Stain have properly optimized the whole gas system type thingy, but you know, at least it's running at some sort of efficiency. 87% is decent, I guess. I might need, and this is something that I might be doing, might need to double up on the piping. So instead of having only one, I might bring in two and then put one here and then one on the other side, and this way it doesn't get up to 600, so it just saves it. I'll have a look just to see what it's like, and I'll decide. But yeah, that is it. The blenders are in and they're going, and it is amazing. I love it. Absolutely beautiful. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have, and I am. So, thanks again for watching to everybody. Don't forget to do the usual subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!